Hey, hey, hey! What's up, everybody? It's Tone Wars Sunday night. I am Carrie, and that's Jared.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for being here. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, it wasn't too bad tonight.
Yeah, just getting stuff going here. Getting my wireless. By the way, these Locato wireless units are very, very good. $50, and they're awesome. Freaking awesome. So if you're looking for a good, reliable wireless, I mean, for $50, you can't beat these. For practicing, you know, in your house, practicing with your band, I would even go on stage with these so far. They've been that reliable. Yeah, watch them.
You just have to remember to always put them in the same spot because they're little.
Yeah.
They're little.
Yeah, they're itty bitty, but they are nice. Very nice.
Oh, so when is the rain gonna stop here in Michigan?
I don't know, man. It's been raining for a couple days in a row here.
It's humid.
So humid
and wet.
It's terrible.
And gross outside.
Yeah.
And apparently today we finally don't have a air quality alert.
Yeah, from Canada.
Yeah.
Thanks, Canada.
I know, this whole week we've had air quality alerts in the hazardous range or whatever. They were canceling all the outdoor activities, and you weren't supposed to do strenuous things outside, and yeah, the smoke from the wildfires in Quebec.
Yeah, I was outside working though.
Yeah,
because that's what happens.
Because Jared doesn't listen to anybody.
Because Jared has a company to run. And Jared's got to make money because it's been a shitty year.
That's right.
I got to make money.
I know, but it was nice. Today, even though it was rainy, it wasn't as smoky as it has been.
Yeah. Yep. It's been, it's been interesting this week. Sorry about the bars. You can see like there's a black bar on the top and the bottom. I don't know what happened with my settings, or maybe it's an update glitch. I don't know, but I got to figure that out. That's my next fun task I get to do. So we're in true widescreen right now.
It is what it is for right now.
Nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I've looked and looked.
Well, let me say hi to some people.
Yeah, and then we'll get started on some riffs. We'll be on for an hour and a half tonight. So we'll get started on everything pretty quick here.
Yeah. Shane Allen, he says the cool thing about tube amps is that they are like guitars. The very same model can sound different from one to the other, which I appreciate.
Absolutely.
Digital makes everyone sound the same, uninspiring.
That can be true. Yes, that can be true.
Monkey Wrench is here. How are you?
What's happening?
Dean Harkness is
Dean.
here.
What's going on?
Martin Hensley is here.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Paul Smith.
Whoa,
Hey,
what's
Paul.
up? What's up, man?
Jason Taylor says, what's up, guys? Good to be here. Yes, it is good to still be here.
Yes, good to see you, Jason, as always.
Chris Nash is with us.
Hey.
Jim Coleman, what's up from New York? Hey, did you guys have any? Well, I guess it would be upstate New York that might have some of the smoke from Canada. I'm not sure about downstate, but yeah.
Good to have some New York guys here. Good to see you, man.
Acoustic is here.
Hey, what's going on?
I wish my eyes were good enough to see what those emojis are. It looks like a pink hand, and I can't tell what that.
I'm not up on emojis, so it's a pink thing and a blue thing. Yay! I don't know what those are.
Hypervol Kid is here.
What's going on, man?
They said tube amps were gonna die back when people were buying Pod XTs. Haha, prices are 5 times higher, and there are more brands and models of tube amps now more than ever.
Yeah, you're right, man. That was one of the topics tonight, are tube amps dying, so we're going to discuss that.
Vince Salutari is here.
Hey, Vince, what's happening?
Martin Hensley is talking to Dean. CS, good evening.
Good evening.
Ryan, it isn't their fault. To be honest, it's so dry that they can't do jack about the fires at this point. Oh, yeah. We're not blaming anybody.
Yep, it's tough, man.
Let's see. Martin Hensley again. Jim Coleman, the air was killing me with my asthma. I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's been awful. Wait, was he the one that was from New York? Yes. Yep, so you're having the issues there, too.
It's been bad, man.
Yeah. He said they were, Dean Gravel Rocks, hey.
Hey, what's up, man?
He says, hello, thinking of getting the Chaos Orion. What are your thoughts, Jared?
Oh, the KSR, the new amp. I'd like to review that. I haven't played it yet, so I'd like to check it out. I mean, Kyle makes great stuff. So, excuse me, I'm sure it's good, but I want to review it. He doesn't send out his stuff for a lot of reviewers anymore. He's got one guy he sends his stuff out to, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's weird. I'll have to reach out to him and see if he'll send me one. I do have a Bad Cat Lynx coming this week, though. I talked to John the other day about that, so that's coming. Can't wait to review that. That'll be nice. Ola made it sound really good.
Dean says he didn't notice the screen. Thanks for pointing it out. Now it's bugging him. Nice.
Everybody's been pointing it out to me in my latest videos. I'm like, I know. There's nothing I could do about it. I can come down here and pull my hair out for hours and not get anything done, or I can shoot a video. So I'd rather just shoot a video. And then when one of my friends comes over, we'll figure it out.
Tyler James says, finally caught you guys live. Hope all is well.
Hey, what's up, Tyler?
Yeah, glad to have you here.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
KSR Orion?
Yeah, Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg Tribulato. Hey, he says Trib Shack Barbecue is here. Still working myself.
Good to see you, man. Sorry I haven't responded to your messages. I've been busy dialing everything in, but I will get back with you, and I appreciate the messages. Thank you.
Chris says we had some air quality warnings in the D.C. area this week, too, but it's tapering off now.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, hopefully it's tapering off.
Hopefully this rain is helping people, man, because this rain is it's coming hard and fast, man. We got tons of it right now. So
I want to use my freaking smoker, but it keeps raining.
See, that's the thing. I bought Scottish salmon today because I was going to make some for her, and I'm like, oh, you got to try this. And it was raining. I'm like, doggone it, man. I can't catch a break.
We had warnings on using smokers and stuff outside this week, too.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to create extra smoke.
Yeah, I definitely followed those rules, too. I didn't smoke anything this week at all. I was a good boy.
Oh, let's see. Shane says the air is bad up in Alpena. Yeah, it's gross. Tech Forge Australia is here.
Hey, good to see you, man.
Whoa.
Usually he misses these because of work or whatever. Good to see you, man. I think Tech Forge is having probably coffee. This is Monday morning for him right now. So good morning, sir.
Ryan Fraley says the tube debate has happened in a bunch of different businesses, including the Bell system, where Bell Labs invented transistors to reduce distortion on phone lines. The difference is guitar folks want distortion.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And we want the tube distortion more than anything else.
Joe says, Max and Joe here watching from Shelby Township.
Hey, what's going on, man? Oh, Joe and Max.
Let's see. Joe
what's
says
happening?
Max would love to jam with you sometime. Is that the
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My email is in the comments, or not the comments section, but in the description. Go ahead and send me an email, and we will set something up. Yes, that will be awesome. I would love to do that.
Let's see. Shane says, you look tan. Must have been fishing like me. Which one of us? Mine's fake and his is real from working outside.
Yeah. I'm a little darker, but I'm not as dark as I usually am. Usually you can see that line really good. It's just kind of faded. Yeah. But I definitely got a little bit in me. Yeah, a little bit of tannin going on.
Let's see. Greg says, love your show. Want to know what tuning you're using on 6 and 7 string guitars. Not that you 6 anymore.
Oh, thanks, man. Actually, I do have a 6 upstairs, and that's tuned to C sharp standard. This one, the red one, is tuned to B standard, which is like the just standard tuning with the low B. That guy. And then my purple one is a half step down, but it's dropped. Also, the B is dropped to an A. And I think I have a drop G guitar upstairs as well. So that's pretty much it, you know. This whiskey is amazing.
I know. Did you tell him what you're drinking?
This is Basil Hayden. Oh, Joe, and when you and Max come over, if you're a whiskey guy, you got to have a glass of this. Stuff's amazing.
Smooth. Yeah. Very smooth.
Yep.
Jason Taylor says, I'm using a KSR PA50 with my quad Cortex through a 4x12 Mesa and loving it so far.
Smart man.
I love my amps, but also love the versatility of a modeler.
Smart man. The PA50, I've recommended that to so many people. If you're going to use DI captures and then run into a real cab, use a PA50 because it gives you that nice tube sound because it's a real tube power amp. And it's small. It's easy to carry around with you. It's just, it's a no-brainer. And he actually has a negative feedback knob on it, which gives you that little extra bite and that character if you want it. So I always recommend that to everyone.
Ryan says, ironically, Western Electric, which was split off AT&T, is resuming tube production.
Ooh.
So I don't think tubes will be gone anytime soon.
I don't think so either. And that was the thing. Like we can get right to the topic then. So with all the digital stuff that's going on right now, a lot of people are wondering, like, man, are tube amps going to go away? And are they in trouble? But the thing is like someone said earlier. No, I'm seeing more tube amplifier manufacturers popping up all over the place, especially the boutique guys. I mean, there's a ton of them. Red 7 Frog amps. I want to try a Frog amp. I think they're from France.
Okay.
Yeah, and they just look cool. I mean, they're just weird looking, but also amazing looking at the same time.
Do they look like frog skin?
No, well, maybe you could probably put that kind of Tolex on them, but they just look really cool. I mean, you got Red 7, you have Rev, Scott Splun's still in business, and there's a couple, like Ground Zero. There's like another amp, Skeleton Key, I think is the name of one of their models, but there's a lot of companies popping up all over the place. And Metropolis, I mean, they're from Michigan. So I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And yes, they are more expensive than they used to be. I think a lot of that has to do with the economy and the lack of parts, but also it might have something to do with the fact that they're not selling as many. I know they've taken a hit, but I don't think they're going away. And we need tube amps. So if any of you are out there and you don't have a tube amp and you went all digital, don't make the mistake that I made 10 years ago and get rid of my tube amp and go all digital, because I got so far from reality. I was dialing in stuff that was like way off. And I needed to keep a tube amp around just to keep myself grounded with my ears and my hands, So it's just good. It's like I always say, you can't paint trees when you live on Mars because you forget what they look like, So you need to be around some tube amps, So just get one. Get an MT15 at least and keep that around just to keep yourself grounded. But
I like the MT15.
So do I.
Yeah.
I think it's a good amp. I do have a Keep It or Sell It video coming up with the Iconic soon as well. I think that'll be a fun one. So if you guys see the thumbnail for that, make sure you tune into that one. That'll be a fun video. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's good that we keep them around. I really do, because tube amp guys, I mean, they've been around a long time, and they're a bunch of cool guys that know how to make stuff, And it's just, I don't know, man. We just need to keep them around big time.
Gravel Rock says, Jarrod, is the Bad Cat Lynx the high gain out of their lineup?
Yes. Yep, and I can't wait to try it. Ola had it sounded pretty good, so I'm going to see what I can do with it. And I got some friends that want to try it, Chris and Rob from Eva Under Fire. They're like, they heard I was going to try it, and they're texting me right away, dude, you better call me. I'm like, yeah, I'll call you as soon as it gets here.
Dean said they had an excessive heat warning. It was like 116 on Friday.
Dude.
Ooh, no thanks.
Oh.
Hopefully your air conditioning wasn't broke.
Dude, I can't even go out and get the mail in that.
No, I know. I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Wait till nighttime.
Even if it was the winning lottery ticket check, I'd be like, yeah.
It'll be there in 3 hours.
Well, I'll wait.
TechForge Australia says, Jarrod, you are on fire, sir. Nice prediction. Can I have the lottery numbers for this week as well?
Thank you. 36, 24, 16, 5, and 7. Try those.
Steve Shaheen says, I've been recording with plugins and was at Motor City today picking a Tonex. Haven't used my amp in 2 weeks.
Oh, man. What's up, Steve? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I mean, the digital stuff is very easy to use. You know what's funny is I got all these amps around me, and I play my Spark more than I play anything.
Because it's upstairs where you're comfy.
Yeah.
Down here is work. Upstairs is comfy
exactly.
play.
No, you're right. And I can take it into the garage and light a big old fat stogie while I'm out there and play in my garage. But lately I haven't been doing that because it's too humid.
Martin says, Jarrod is in grandma's cough medicine. Whiskey, I know.
Yes, I am.
Just need a little honey and lemon. And
No, I just went straight.
for cough medicine, though, you need the
Oh,
honey
yeah.
and the lemon. Ryan says, where amp sims can help is those who want a lot of different sounds to supplement their main tube sound.
Yeah, I mean, amps are great. I mean, I've said it before, like if I was to go play a show, I would easily play tonight with what I got going on here with the Mesa Barba captures and the Quad Cortex. I mean, these sound incredible. I mean, to lug all that stuff to a show just isn't worth it to me if I can sound good without it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to sell my amp. I'd rather have it here and I'll play it here. And I'll tell you guys too, I love it. I come down here and when I'm live or doing videos and stuff like that Mesa video I did last night. I mean, oh my God, it just sounded amazing down here, and the cab is like shaking the walls, and I'm like, how can you ever get away from this? I mean, you have to keep an amp around, you know, you just do.
Hyperbole Kid says Monomyth Skeleton Key is one of my favorite amps of all time. I'm never selling it. That's
the one. Yeah, I want to try one of those out so bad. And Wizard. I want to get a Wizard, but I got to sell. We're off to see the Wizard. I want to get one, but I got to sell some amps
first. I haven't
first.
seen that movie in a minute. I'm going to watch it.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Narwhal89 says, Jarrod, have you seen Premier Guitar's new Monster of High Gain video series? They post a new modern high gain amp almost every day with the same guy playing the exact same low mid gain track.
I haven't seen that. I have to check that out.
He went on to say, it's maddening. It would drive you crazy how mad he is representing those amps.
Oh, really? Oh, I have to check that out.
How bad?
I have to look at that. It's funny, you know, you'd think some of these channels would do better, but I mean, to each their own, I guess. But thanks for bringing that up. I'll have to go look at it.
Tyler James, how are you? He says, I know the primary topic is tube amps, but I would like to ask a question about overdrive pedals whenever you're ready. Yeah, put it in there. I'll read it. No worries.
Yep, put it in there, man. That's what it's all about.
Shane Allen, we do need amps. Nothing like the ferocious and beautiful nuances. Way more inspiring to play live.
Dude, you are so right. You are so right. I mean, if I was to play a show, God, I think I need to at least take an amp to a show once.
It would have to be a solo, because remember you tried it
and I can't do it with you.
Fed back through my mic.
Yeah. But if I was to do like a solo show when my album releases, I might bring an amp just once and just to do it, you know, and have some fun with it. It would be nice to do. I just got so much gear. This pedal board. The loadout would just be. I'd probably have to call 2 men in a truck just to. Seriously, my pedal board, you can land a freaking jet on it. You know, it's like freaking aircraft carrier, and it's all made for here. You know, so it's just when you look at, there's my Quad Cortex, or here's this pile of stuff. It's like, I'll just take the Quad. It's hard, you know. It's a hard choice.
Dean says, I cranked up the old school stereo yesterday, fired up the amp, and jammed to some songs. Still one of my favorite ways to play.
Hell yeah, man. Loud. Get that loudness. That's one thing that I really love is when you play through an amp and they got the cab thumping, and it's just, nothing will replace that. It's just so freaking magical, man. And the smell of the tubes, that ozone, it's like, it smells so good down here.
Mike Nash says, I've had different preamps through a solid state, a class AB, and a tube power section. The EL84s just make every preamp that much better. That's why the PA50 is next.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get a PA50, dude. Good to see you here, Mike.
Narwhal89 says, my buddy just got the Bad Cat Lynx. It's good, but we weren't blown away. He bought it right after the Ola video. It's a cool amp, but the EVHs blow it away in my opinion.
Oh, really? Interesting. It's one of them that, in fact, when I talked to John about doing the demo, he's like, I'd like to see you shoot it out on your show, too. He said, I know you do that a lot. And he said, no one's ever done that before on these demos. I'm like, sure. I'll absolutely shoot it out. So I'll shoot it out against, I shoot everything else against the EVH Stealth, at least that, because that amp is like, that's a benchmark amp. Like, okay, this thing's brutal. Oh, is it? Let's see how brutal it really is, because that thing, That thing will eat your children if you let them get too close to it. That thing's nasty. So we'll find out, man. We'll find out.
Chris Nash says, Jarrod, any love for Woodford? And have you tried Petrucci's Iron Smoke Rock the Barrel?
Ooh, Woodford. Isn't that the one with the spire in it?
I don't know. That's been so many years since we tried that. And I think you liked that one, but I didn't like it.
It was okay. It had a weird sting to it. I don't think that was Woodford, though.
Was it a little markery?
Yeah, it was a little markery. Had like a weird sting to it.
Like a Sharpie flavor.
Yeah. But, you would know because you're always licking Sharpies. Always catching her around the like, stop doing that. No, I want to try Petrucci's whiskey. I heard, let's see.
Hopefully it's not like Pat Benatar's husband's.
Oh, yeah. I would like to think that John's got better taste than that. Well, Mike the Music Snob from Become the Night, he did a review of it, and he's like, dude, this stuff is, like, strong. He's like, it's really good, though.
Yeah.
He goes, but, like, you do 2 shots of this,
you're done. Huh?
You're ready for some stuff. I mean, it's really strong, but he said it's very good. Like, it's very, very good. I think it's $200 for a bottle. Yeah, because it's got his name. I mean,
you gotta save your little pennies.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Christmas is coming.
I can get some. I can get some right now if I want. But it's just like, ugh, that's a lot of money for whiskey.
And what if you don't like it?
Oh.
Then you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're screwed. Well, I'd like to think that John has good taste. I really do. I mean, he's got great taste in guitars, great taste in music.
Not so much in hairstyles. Needs a stylist.
Teach their own. He's got great taste in women because his wife is a very nice person, and they've been together for eons. So, I mean... He picked a good one there, so...
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
Martin Hensley says, hey, Mike Nash, build any new guitars? Jim Coleman, I would love to try a wizard. Trying to find a good wizard capture for the QC.
Oh, well, if I get a wizard, I will definitely be doing captures for all of the platforms because I know they'll sell like crazy, and I need to pay that amp off, so that would be one way to do it,
Ryan says Sonic Drive Studio does some great demos from clean and edge of breakup to full blast high gain.
Yep. Yeah, John's great. John's got a great channel.
Jim wants to know what's the new capture bundle.
This is volume 2, so you have a Mezza Barba, which these captures came out great, and then you have the Kraken, and then the Badlander. That's what's in volume 2. And these came out freaking awesome. I'm going to be playing the Mezza Barbas tonight.
I'm going to read ahead to Christopher. Hey, Christopher.
What's up?
He says, happy Sunday, Tone Wars crew. He's here for the dinner update. He's having boneless buffalo wings and beer since he's out bowling.
Oh, nice.
We had burgers. We had cast iron and pan-fried burgers.
Yeah, because it rained and I couldn't cook the Scottish salmon in the smoker, so we got screwed.
And a lettuce wrap because we didn't have buns either.
Yeah, we really phoned it in tonight.
We did.
It's better than ramen noodles, but...
I think we had packaged grapefruit slices, like the Del Monte.
From Costco.
And I peeled us some carrots, like the big old carrots.
Yep, we
had the weirdest dinner.
We did.
Carrots, grapefruit, a burger.
And coleslaw.
You had coleslaw, broccoli slaw. I didn't have any of that. Nacho chips.
Nachos.
It was a little weird tonight.
It was pretty stupid. Yep. Yeah.
Hyperpole Kid says Tossin just switching from XFX to Bad Cat tube amps for his live shows.
Oh,
Tosin,
nice.
Tosin.
Oh, Tosin Abasi, yeah.
Sorry.
So he switched from XFX to...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard that. That's what John was telling me. He said that Tosin really liked the Bad Cat Lynx. He really liked it a lot. So, yeah, interesting.
Greg Tripolato tried the 5150 Iconic, and it sounded like fried butthole. Fried butthole. Then again, it was at GC. It was the combo.
Oh, yeah, the combo. Well, it depends on the speaker. Yeah, the speakers really have a lot to say, and some people really don't like those speakers in the combos. So that could have been why, because the the Iconic sounds great here through the Mesa cab.
Nasty. I just keep thinking like he's a barbecue pit master, so he would know.
Yeah. Hey, what's on the menu tonight? Oh, fried buttholes. So we're gonna smoke
horse or pork, cow. What kind
Smoked
of buttholes are we talking about?
Smoked buttholes.
Ryan says, I need to demo a 5150 Stealth. Part of what I want to test is how good bedroom volume is for.
Yeah, the stealths are amazing. Yeah, I don't know how they are at bedroom because I never took my stealth to the bedroom, so I don't know how it is there. What kind of bedroom skills does the stealth have? I don't know. But I ain't telling if I find out either.
Martin Hensley, Jarrod, the Lynx is only 50 watts, but Ola said that it had a lot of headroom.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Dane says it seems only fitting to play 2 shots and a chaser.
I guess it does, doesn't it? I'll have to play that one for you guys tonight. But first, I gotta fire this up. I'm gonna play a couple other ones. And let's get this one.
You wanna do it?
Yeah, I'll just get this one done here. All right, hang on 1 second, guys. This is the Mesa Barba preset and capture that's in the this preset
pack. Blocked somebody again. Boy,
you got some thumbs.
I know.
Got some clumsy thumbs.
Keep my thumb up here.
Yeah, it's always by accident.
I don't even know who it was.
No, good. Hopefully you didn't. It's weird. You put your thumb on something, these actions come up, and you're like, no, I didn't mean to do that. All right, 1 second. All right.
Nice.
There's a couple for you. Hopefully you guys like those.
Greg said, let her rip.
Let her rip, baby. Let her rip. Baby.
Let me go back. Where'd we go? Greg wants you to shoot off some 6-string guitars.
I would be interested in doing that for show.
Tyler says, you helped me pick the Tonex, and I have no regrets. If you had to pick one, Dirty Tree, Precision Drive, Grid Slammer, or Mud Killer, what would you go with and why?
Dirty Tree,
Precision Drive, Grid Slammer, or Mud Killer. What and why?
It depends on the amp. What amp are you playing through? Because that... Oh, it's probably for his Tonex. I think the Dirty Tree is going to be the most even-keeled, maybe most versatile. But, man, I got to tell you, the Grid Slammer, if you turn the volume and the tone all the way up and the gain all the way down on that pedal, it is magic. Really aggressive. So, kind of a toss-up between those two. You know, they're both great, though.
Give them a try. See which one works for you.
Yeah. Now, if you're asking about which amp, like which one would you get for a certain amp, let me know what amp you're talking about, and I can definitely narrow it down for you.
Jim Coleman says, sign me up for that bundle. Is it available yet? Last one I got from you was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
He's been recording with it.
Oh, sweet, man. Yes, it is available on the website. Yes, thanks for asking. Yep, I can send it to you tonight. Yep, for sure.
Raven Blackfeather is here. Happy 4th of July. Thank you.
What's up, man?
That's coming up in a couple days.
That's right.
You haven't even said it yet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Good to see you here, man.
Dean, we had a cold cut party tray. I'm on vacation. Been playing PS5 and guitar. I'll cook for the 4th.
There you go.
Nice.
PS5, sweet. Yeah. I don't even have one of those yet.
You don't play enough.
No, I don't.
Chris Nash says, a few months ago, I tried a Lincoln Brewster Strat into a 5150 Iconic head and a 4x12 cab.
Ooh.
I thought it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's an interesting combination. Yeah, that would be interesting.
He was at a Guitar Center.
Lincoln Brewster is a freaking amazing guitar player. He played on, I think it was Steve Perry's first solo album. It was Lincoln Brewster.
Dean said you need to have a glass of whiskey from now on. It sounds great.
Yeah, a little shot of courage never hurt anybody, right?
Loosen you up a little. Dean says the 50-watt Stealth does well at bedroom level, but it's also like going 30 in a new Hellcat. Same with the diesel.
That's actually a very good way to put it. A very good way to put it.
Ryan says, based on my highly unscientific GC testing, the Iconic combo speaker isn't that great. I'm sure it would be way better with a creamback or vintage 30, though.
Yeah.
My tone preferences are more creamback.
Yep, I think so, too. I mean, the speaker is like the last say over how an amp sounds. I mean, you could take that $4,200 diesel and put it through a pair of Sheffields and you'd want to throw up. I mean, it really comes down to the speakers. It really does. So you're right.
Martin Hensley says, Jarrod, I like your video on triple rec, and I use the Dirty Tree overdrive pedal or my OCD pedal to tighten the amp up.
Oh, nice. Thank you, man. That video, you know, it was funny. It was Marty called me yesterday, and he's like, hey, man, someone just traded in a triple rec. He's like, I know you've been doing a lot of captures. And this is how cool Marty is. He didn't even want me to review it for the store. He just was like, why don't you pick it up, do some captures with it? So I'm like, well, I'll do better than that. I'll do a video about it too, you know, because, I mean, that was very kind of Marty to do that. He was looking out for me. So, you know, so I haven't even made captures yet. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I've done this, I've, you know, had a triple rec here before. And then I was like, you know what? I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, yeah, should I get one of those? I mean, aren't they kind of like dinosaurs now? And I'm like, why not do a video about it? And I want to try my best to get this thing to sound as nasty as I can. And I honestly, listening back to the video, I was like, dude, that thing sounds ridiculous in the video. So is it my favorite amp compared to what I have now on the shelves? No, but I mean, I think it had a really good showing. And, you know, if I came to a show and that was the backline amp I had to use, I would know exactly how to dial it in and I can make it work for me. So why not?
Phil McCracken is here.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
What's up, player?
What's up, playa?
Hyperbole Kid. Damn, son. Now that track was on fire.
Oh, thanks.
You heard some Vi influence in there.
Oh, thank you.
Paul Smith said very psychedelic.
Oh, the first one, yeah, it's kind of psychedelic there, yeah. Yep.
CM079, he says, just in time for the dinner update. Had ribs today. Ooh, super jealous.
Ooh.
Early 4th, got my plecked Reverend, and the setup is great. Still feeling out the rail hammer pickups.
Nice, man. I got to get one of my guitars plecked. That, you know what? When we go to Sweetwater, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
I'll take my, you know what I should do is take my, you know, the Banshee, the Mach 7. I'll take that one down there and get that plecked. I think that'd be fun.
A little wax. Never hurt anybody.
Yeah, give my guitar the Brazilian.
Steve-O says, hey everybody, I missed one amp for the Quad Cortex tonight.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you, man. It's the Mezza Barba Trinity is what capture I'm playing tonight. Yep.
Steve-O is with oh, I already said that. Martin Hensley, Jarrod, just outstanding playing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I got lucky on those two. We'll see what happens next, though. Stick around.
Steve-O, Canada Day was yesterday. It was.
Oh, yeah.
Happy Canada Day? Is that what you say?
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day. Monkey Wrench. Jarrod, you're saying Gibson guitars is like Guitar Center. They both are outrageously bad. God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
Who said that?
Monkey Wrench. God save the Queen.
As long as you say God save the Queen after everything, it makes it polite. You look terrible. God save the Queen.
Jim Coleman, I don't see the bundles on Cloud. Where do I find it?
Oh, they're on my website. So when you go on the website, it's tonewars.com. In fact, I think, let me check. I put a link to them in the description of the video.
Uh-oh, it's my first yawn.
Oh, here
first
we go.
yawn of the night.
Let me see here. Yeah, so, come on. Turn this down. I think it's in the description of the video.
And the spinning circle of doom.
Here we go.
Tyler James says, you had me convinced on the Dirty Tree, but I got a killer deal on reverb for the Precision Drive. It works with all my favorite Tonex presets, Sonic Drive, MT15, and your Volume 1 Brutal Pack.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, that's a good pedal as well. I used it for years. I still have it on my pedal board, and I still use it. So, yeah, it's also a very good pedal. Yep, very versatile. Yeah, so right in the top of the description, it says, get the Quad Cortex Ultimate Brutal Preset Pack Volume 2 here. And then there's a link, and it should take you right to my website, right to the page. And there it is. Yeah.
Pops
and
up.
how it works is you purchase them, and then as soon as we get done with the live stream, I'll go on my computer and just send them over to you. Just make sure you send me your name that you use in the cloud, like whatever your name is. Like my name's Tone Wars. So whatever your name is, make sure you type that in the thing, and then I'll find you. We have to be friends because that's the way the app works, and then I'll just send everything over to you tonight. You'll like them.
Yeah.
They good.
Let's see. Dean says, God save the quit. Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, it's like, I think he missed that one.
Schmiegel says, what do you think is better, out of the Quad Cortex or the Kemper Profiler stage?
I think... I enjoy working with the QC more. It's I think the captures are more I just think they have a better top end to them. They're definitely a lot more consistent as well. Like I test all of them before I upload them, you know, to the cloud and everything. But I got to the point where I was like, I'm still going to test them for due diligence. But I mean, every time I test them, I'm like, yeah, it came out exactly how I wanted it to. So. Next, you know, I mean, it's quick, it's easy, and they always come out as good as I expected them to come out, and very easy to dial in the unit as well. I don't just pick units that are, well, this one's easier, even though it doesn't sound as good. I don't do that. But with the QC, in my opinion, I think the captures sound better, and it's easier to dial in. So to me, it's like, it's just a better choice. Kemper, I think, is coming out with a unit pretty soon, and they're going to have to change their algorithm and everything and how they do captures, because that algorithm's like 11 years old, and I think it does a good job, but there's products that are surpassing it now. And I'm gonna do a video. Am I boring you? I'm gonna do a video about that soon because I have some reasons why I think it's coming sooner than we think. So we'll see when that happens, but I'll talk about it soon.
Phil said, Jay said it. The Fryette Power Station is legit. I will elaborate later over a majestic cigar and cocktail.
Sweet, dude. I'm glad.
Paul says, if you're playing live, the Kemper. Tim, is it Lingen? Lignin?
I don't know.
Phil, glad to hear about the power station. I just bought one last night.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I heard they're good. I heard they good. Let's do some night terrors.
Yeah, we're caught up anyway, so
why not?
Do it.
All right, 1 second. was a little bit of improvising there. I figured I'd try something new. You know, I should go major here instead of minor. Yeah. Didn't work out.
It was
but
all going so well.
nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Huzzah! As Tech Forge Australia said.
You spoke too soon, sir. I probably made you puke up your coffee, didn't I?
No, not at all.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm hitting some wrong notes here.
Jim Coleman says he just purchased it and he can't wait to try it out.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will send them to you as soon as the show is over. Unfortunately, the thing is that I want, Neural to fix is, Neural, I can't, I have to use the computer now. I have to use a computer now. Every time I send presets to somebody, I can't do it on the app because when I type in someone's name, it only shows me like 10 people and I can't scroll down and find, it's like, what? Like, they got to fix that. So that means, like, if I'm out working and someone buys a preset pack, I used to be able to, like, oh, I'll send them to you right away.
Yeah.
I gotta wait till I get home until they fix that glitch, you know?
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
So just so you know, people, anybody that buys these, if I'm home, I'll send them to you right away. If I'm out and about, I'll have to wait till I get home because I gotta use the computer. But I will get them to you as soon as I can. Trust me.
Internet Money has joined us.
Internet Money. What's up, man?
Ben Burnett wants to know where's Flux? Maybe he's on vacation.
You know, I think he is. I saw some stuff on Facebook where he's out of town.
Yeah.
I was wondering that myself because he hasn't been here this week or last week.
Yeah. He keeps the chat going.
Yeah, Flux is awesome,
reading.
Man. Will's awesome. He's an awesome dude. Love Will.
Monkey Wrench says, Jared, did you know that the Van Halen... Oh, gosh, I can't read. Did you know the Van Halen's Alex and Eddie almost got Sammy Hagar as the frontman before David Lee Roth got the job? I'm so glad they gave Sammy a shot. Really awesome playing during Sammy era.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I think I heard that somewhere. I don't remember, though. I don't want to claim to know something I don't know, but that's good to know.
Tech Forge Australia says, I like the new spin on Night Terrors. He keeps it fresh. There you go.
I knew somebody would appreciate my hard work.
Paul Smith likes some Night Terrors.
That was almost like night, I don't know, picnic.
Ryan Fralin, just got to learn some of the 80s metal happy playing secrets.
Oh, yeah.
He says, personally, I wish some of that playing would come back, minus the spandex and hairspray.
I know, dude. I know. Do you know what's funny is, like, even us modern metal guys, because I grew up in the 80s, but it's easy to underestimate them guys until you try to play their stuff, and you're like, oh, my God, these guys were freaking geniuses, man.
Yeah,
I mean, try to play...
I agree. I feel like music took a turn for the worse there.
Yeah. Try to play Lay It Down. Have fun with that. Try to play Bark at the Moon. Have fun with that. You know, there's some 5150. I mean, that stuff's not easy.
Daryl says he likes the happy version of Night Terrors.
Yeah,
it was a night dream instead of a tear.
Yeah, I'll throw that in for you guys every once in a while. Probably not on purpose. It'll just happen. And I'll just claim like, oh, I just did the happy version. Yeah, funny. That's playing live for you. You never know. That's why I'm doing the one-take mixes in my videos now. Never know what's going to happen.
Internet Money. Could a Tonex into power station into a cab be able to replace some of your amps?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you put it into the power station and run it through a cab, yeah, absolutely. I think it would sound amazing. I really do. Just use DI captures, though. Don't use the ones that have a studio cabinet with them. Use a DI.
Martin Hensley said, Jared, they said Alex Van Halen is ready to put something together.
Well, that would be nice. I would like to see a tribute or something. Satriani would be a great pick for that. You know, I think Satch would be awesome. You know, I'm trying to think of who else would, or Nuno. Either one of those two guys or both of them. Because Nuno's one of the biggest Eddie fans out there. He's huge.
Paul Smith says Lay It Down is awesome to play, one of my favorites.
It's a tough one.
Techport Australia, new name, Daydreams instead of Night Terrors. Daydreaming.
Daydreaming.
Yeah. Dean Harkness says, I was not a fan of most of the music in the 90s, but Humans Being was a good one, I think. I remember Van Halen having a song heavier than the new Metallica at one time.
Yeah, that was a pretty heavy one. Yep, they had some good stuff. I checked out in the 90s. I definitely checked out. I was not a fan of a lot, not Van Halen, I'm just saying, just music in general was not for me in the 90s. I did not like it.
Daryl McMillan said Van Halen should get Pete Thorne.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I think Pete Thorne would do a good job.
Jim agreed. Jim Coleman. Ryan said the two best solos of this year so far have been Nuno on Rise and Wolf on Mammon. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, that Rise solo it completely broke the internet. Everyone was like, what is this? Yeah, Nuno proved that he's still very relevant. Just when you think he was just doing some tours with Rihanna, he came back and like smacked everybody in the face. Like, yeah, I'm still here, guys.
What else you got to play?
Well, I'm going to do 3 shots because it was requested.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a bit, so this could be an absolute train wreck. Let's find out. Hence the name, 3 shots and a chaser. Right. You know what? I'm going to drink the rest of this right now.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, this will be a fun.
All right.
The fun 20 minutes to go.
Let's see what happens. There we go, guys. A little bit of 3 shots for you.
I like it.
Yeah, the whiskey hasn't kicked in yet, so we'll see what happens in about 5 minutes.
Martin Hensley, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thanks, man.
He
appreciate
says,
that.
Play that guitar, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, guys, I wanted to tell you about this. So normally I don't use, I haven't been using a wah with my, my Tonex or my my QC because I just don't have one for it. And I bought this Morley mini wah, and it's the classic, and it was like just over $100. This thing is sick. It's a spring load. I have one on my pedal board as well for my amps, and I called my Sweetwater rep the other day. I'm like, dude, I want another one of those for whatever digital platform I'm using. And man, this thing is it's incredible. It's a spring load wah, so they're great for players that are seated because you don't have to do that toe tap thing where you got to mash down that stupid button. And I can activate it anytime I want easily just by pressing on it. And I do that a lot in my solos. As you heard in that solo, that's a perfect example. There's a lot of little interjections with the wah, and it's easy to do. I don't have to do the toe tap and then turn it on and turn it off. It activates when you step on it, and it deactivates when you let off. So it's just, I think it's the perfect wah. I think everybody should have one. And you get addicted to how easy it is. Yeah, you get addicted to how easy it is to operate, and it really does sound amazing. So, yeah, get one, man. These things are freaking awesome.
Jim Coleman says Rick Beato did a great interview with Nuno.
I watched it 3 times.
Paul Smith.
That was great.
Loves Alice in Chains. Love Alice in Chains.
Yeah, they were good. They were one of the 90s bands that I could stomach, but the rest of them, I just hated them.
Ben is very passionate about the only guy who should play Van Halen is Jim. Is it Gustad?
I have no idea who that is.
He's almost as good as Steve Shaheen, and Jim has a headstock on his guitar.
Well.
Daryl McMillan says Phil X would be another awesome choice.
Oh yeah, Phil X also would, yep.
Tech Forge Australia, a few more drinks and maybe we find out what the EVH bedroom manners are really like. Martin wants me to fill up your glass. Ryan says then went to new metal phase, late 90s, mainly Korn and Slipknot.
Yeah, I'm not into either one of those bands. God bless them, but it's just not my thing. God bless them.
God bless Slipknot.
Oh, bless your heart, Slipknot.
That's so funny.
Bless
God
your
bless
little
Korn and
little mess-faced heart. Just not into your music, but you just bless your little heart.
Master of Reality says I like 90s a lot.
Yeah, some of it was cool.
Jared didn't, but you can like it for sure.
Well, when you're a bitter, angry, 80s metalhead, and then all of a sudden here comes Kurt Cobain, you're like, what the hell? And then next thing you know, you got this onslaught of other flannel rock. I always called it flannel rock, and I'm like, no. I mean, okay, I almost wanted to make deals. Like, all right, we'll stop wearing spandex and we'll lay off on the hairspray and the guy liner. But can we just have some shreddy, freaking awesome stuff again? Too late. Crap. Guess I'll have to sit this decade out.
Oh, Lord. Let's see, where'd we go? Steve-O, Soundgarden and Stone Temple Pilots I liked from the 90s, yeah.
Yep.
Dean Harkness, not talking to us. Ryan, Deftones too, especially White Pony. The album has held up ridiculously well. Monkey Red, to Jarrod, is there a way to put drums through my EVH Stealth 100 watt tube, or would it be easier to use earbuds and run a drums app on iPad? Need drums in my bedroom with the Stealth.
It would be easier to do that. You do not want to run drums through your amp. That would sound like doo-doo. It would sound awful.
Martin Hensley agrees with Steve-O that Soundgarden is outstanding. The best song is Rusty Cage.
Yeah, they had some good stuff. There was some stuff here and there that I liked, but for the most part, I was like, nope. Yeah, I didn't like Pearl Jam. I hated that band. I could not stand them. I could not stand them. I couldn't stand who's the Nirvana stuff. Mm-hmm. What else?
I don't know. I didn't know you then.
It was just, there's a lot of stuff.
I did.
But there were hints here and there. And then when, Cantrell came out with, what's the name of that band again? Jerry Cantrell. I can't think tonight. Jar of Flies, why can't I think of the name?
You're going to Google it.
Whatever. Them guys, you guys know. When them guys came out, we mentioned it earlier. Alice in Chains, that was good. I could deal with that. Because it was still had that 80s metal kind of thing to it, but it was just darker. So I was like, all right, I could deal with this because there's some shreddy solos and stuff. I liked it.
Scott Fulmer, thank you for the super chat.
Oh, what's up, Scott? Thank you.
He said, great content as always.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you, man.
Tony Kralzik, good day, guys. Late to the show due to work. May want to try the Morley Mark Tremonti Wah first generation. It's even better, Jarrod. Love mine every day.
Is it good to see you, man? Is it spring loaded? Because I only do spring loads. But if it's a Morley, it probably is. Interesting. I'll have to look into that.
Jim Coleman says, at least we had Dream Theater in the 90s.
Yes, we definitely had Dream Theater, and I love Dream Theater. I'm a huge fan.
Master of Reality, 4th of July is probably my favorite Soundgarden tune. Mad Season from Master of Reality? Mad Season, question mark?
Mad Season. Sorry, I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Dave Hendricks says Pearl Jam is okay, but Vedder is a hippie Democrat. Okay. Oh, yeah, Alice in Chains. Everybody's like, Alice in Chains, Alice in Chains. Dean Harkness took me 25 years to realize Rooster sounds like Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Ryan says Bullet for My Valentine was probably the first mainstream band that was somewhat 80s. Isn't that hit alternative radio here?
Bullet for My Valentine. You know what's funny is I don't listen to the radio. When I listen to...
She really doesn't.
I don't listen to the radio at all in the car. I mean, if I do, it's usually like classic 80s kind of pop stuff that is just completely different than what I play. I know that sounds weird, but that's just the way I am. You know, I listen to... You know what's funny? All the stuff I used to make fun of, I like now.
Because of me. Because I put it on and it's like nostalgic.
Yeah, it's nostalgic. And I'm like, wow, I shouldn't like this, but I do. You know?
I feel like music's taken a weird turn here since my kids are listening to the new pop. It's all like sad and wimpy.
Yeah, a bunch of sad boys singing. Yeah, I don't like the wimpiness of it all. It's
and that's
like
pop music. I mean, I know that there's the screaming and the...
Yeah, these guys need to go out and touch some grass. Get back to reality, man. Some of these guys. Yeah, it's like, dude, you are in a bubble.
Oh, there's the hip hop with all the horrible lyrics.
Yeah, like when where were we today?
At the cigar shop.
Yeah, and it's like we were like, what? There's some nasty lyrics, and I'm like,
lyrics.
Even for me, I'm an adult, and I'm like, this is definitely not for me at all. The stuff they were saying, I'm like, you guys, okay, yeah, you know that's.
Nope. Paul Smith says, I have my wah set up to off. Let's see. Does that make sense? I have my wah set up to off at heel on my Kemper.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yep. Yeah, like I've always spring load is what I do, and it's just the way it is. And I got hooked on those because I use it so sporadically in my solos that I don't want to have to go through the trouble of tapping the thing. And I know it sounds lazy, but one time on stage, I actually thought my wah was off, and I went back to rhythm, and I played like, probably like several measures of the song, and I'm like, why does my guitar sound like pure ass right now? I'm like, oh, I forgot to turn, so I had to stomp on the button again to make sure my wah was off, because it was one of those things. It's that horrible, that throaty crap going on. I'm like, man, what happened to my guitar?
Raven Black Feather. Pantera in the 90s was the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Also Machine Head.
Yeah, they saved us, didn't they? Pantera came out, and we were like, all right, okay, that'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Tech Forge Australia, You Beat Me to It. Ramstein as well was high on the playlist in the 90s.
Ah, Ramstein.
Ryan says STL was lucky that Keishi still played in the 80s rock in the 90s, but most places were different.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah.
Dave says, I wish my wife was as cool as yours, man. You're a lucky guy. I'm not his wife, but he is a lucky guy.
That's why I'm lucky. Oh, I'm dead.
Still lucky.
She's going to kill me.
Chris says, plastic 80s stuff, laugh out loud. You mean like missing persons?
Oh, yeah. Yep, missing persons. And then the whole aha take on me.
Oh, that's he calls it his lady jam.
It's my lady jam.
He loves that song.
Every time it starts, the old shoulders start moving. Get the whole hairbrush out and start singing. I'm kidding.
Tony says, yes, it's spring-loaded. Morley, Mark Tremonti has adjustment dial for how sensitive you want the wah to come in. It's badass for metal tones and clean and melodic.
Dude, that's awesome. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll have to look into one of those. Tremonti, now there's a guitar player that I used to like when I heard Creed, back in the 90s. I hated Creed. I hated them. Hate.
So how did you feel about Creed?
I hated them.
Yeah.
Loathe. I hated Creed.
You sound like
the Grinch.
The Grinch right now.
Hate. Loathe. Entirely. Yeah, I could not stand Creed at all. And then I used to think, like, this Tremonti guy,
arms wide open.
Arms wide open.
I don't think that was Creed. It was just... Wait, was it?
It was. Yeah. Oh. I don't want to be talked like that. Can I get a cheeseburger? And yeah, I mean, I just hated his voice. I hated everything about them. And I was like, dude, this Tremonti guy, everybody talks about how amazing he is. And I just heard Creed, and the fanciest thing he ever did was it was that higher, till you take me higher, and that little... And I'm like, oh, that's so...
I like that song.
I threw up in my mouth every time it came on. I hated it.
Made a lot of money off
And I was like, why are these guys so huge? And then, years later, someone told me, dude, you got to check out Alter Bridge. I'm like, oh, Tremonti's in. I'm like, oh, that freaking guy. I'm like, no, I'm not going to listen to that putrid garbage. And no, you don't know what you're talking about. You got to check him out, dude. I'm like, why? So I finally did, and I was like, wait a minute. Who plays lead in there? And it's like Tremonti. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this guy that's absolutely amazing, like, had to reel all that in and hide that from everybody when he was in Creed, just playing the stuff that he played. And that must have been absolute torment for him. You know what I mean?
He paid a lot of money on that song.
Talk about a Mustang going, freaking 20 miles an hour on the freeway. That was Tremonti. Like, he was, like a Mustang going, you can only go 20.
We got a soapbox.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I got to finish what I'm saying here. But Tremonti is amazing. And then when you hear, like, his Tremonti stuff, and he sings, I mean, the guy's an amazing singer. He's a crooner and a metal singer. I completely underestimated that guy, because there's no way he took lessons and got that good while he was in Creed. I mean, he was always that good. And he just shows the true musicianship of him too, where he's like, I'm just playing what fits with this music. Mm-hmm. But I'm so glad that he broke away from that band, because he's so much... Now we get to hear what he really does, and he was such a wasted talent in that band. He really was. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible to Tremonti. I mean, I just... Like, why are you putting this guy in this freaking basic bitch band?
Martin Hensley says Pantera is great, especially Cowboys from Hell.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys from Hell was awesome.
Krishnesh says these guys need to go out and touch some grass. Get back to reality and rolling on the floor laughing.
Exactly, they do. Is this grass?
Let's see. Techboard Australia. The 90s also gave us Fear Factory. It wasn't all bad.
Yeah, there were some gems out there, but... They were diamonds in the rough.
Ryan says, hip-hop today is boring. Just dudes rambling and mumbling about money, cash, and hoes.
Yeah.
There's very little innovation with most of it except for Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, there's a lot of just crappy.
Funny. I listened to it back in the 90s when I was in high school and stuff. Like, now that I'm a mom and I have teenagers and a son, listening to I feel like there's somebody that is not being responsible.
I don't like
with
rap
the lyrics.
At all.
The style of music is what it is. That's not for me, but I understand why people would like it. I just feel like people are so irresponsible with what they're allowed to play over the air and release to kids who are so impressionable and like
And they're singing this stuff,
yeah,
and it's becoming part of their psyche, and it's just awful.
Yeah, I mean, you can control it when they're young, but once they hit a certain age, they're going to hear it at school, they're going to hear it in the car, they're going to, get it on their phones and whatever, and I just, now that's my soapbox. It's my soapbox for you.
Well, and the thing is if they bleep out the bad stuff, then every song would just sound like, the other night I was bleep, and then bleep, bleep, blibbity, bleep, blah, bleep, and then the, and it, and for, bleep, and I'm like, yeah, okay, why don't we just not listen to it then?
Ryan says, I grew up with West Coast rap, but that was based on organic sounding funk that was instrumental, where now it's the same electronic samples that are so boring.
Yeah, it's,
Tony says, get the Tremonti Wah first generation. It has the black checkered plate pedal better than the second generation.
Ah, good to know, thank you. I didn't even know those were available or even made, so I'm going to have to look into that.
Dave says, hey Jarrod, can you at least admit Creed is better than Linkin Park or Arcade Fire?
I don't know, man. I had a huge disdain for Creed, and I think a lot of it just had to do with his voice, but I don't know. I don't know. There was just something about the music. It was just douchey.
Started again, man.
I called it douche rock.
Paul Smith says, yeah, Tremonti must have been in it for the money.
Yeah. Wait, how much are you going to pay me to suck? Oh, okay. All right, I'll sign. All right.
Turn the fan off for a bit.
Yeah.
My knees are stiff from the cold air. Ryan says Miles Kennedy can play almost as good as Tremonti.
Dude, Miles Kennedy's awesome. Great voice, too. Very good voice.
Dean says, I remember seeing a documentary on them. It was the singer who wanted him to dial it down.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Chris Nash, Tremonti's first solo album, All I Was, is really good, as was his later album, A Dying Machine.
Oh, Tremonti, and he's a great guy, too. Like, he really is. He's an awesome guy. Like, I heard he's super genuine, down to earth, blue-collar kind of dude, So, yeah, it's awesome. When's the MT 100 coming out, by the way?
I thought I was going to say people are stupid. No, irresponsible. They're irresponsible. Dave Hendricks, also, can you do an in-depth video on an XFX3? Thinking of getting one. Getting bored playing at home with 100-watt heads and stacks blowing my ears out. Yeah.
I can, but here's the thing. Like, XFX3, as good as it is, I'm just, if you guys don't mind, if I can just be really frank and honest with you, I think that they're good units for what they are. They're probably the best modeler out there. But you can't really operate one unless you're using your computer, unless you're using the software. They're very hard to dial in on the unit itself, which I guess is fine for some people because they're just going to do that anyway. But I'm just going to go out there and say it, and I've already said it in one of my videos. Modeling's dead, dude. It's dead. Everything's going towards profiling now. The next Line 6 product will profile. You put your money on it. If they come out with another modeler, they're wasting their time. So modeling is basically going to go the way of like the units that are kind of, cheaper, the budget units. They'll do it now. And it's still going to be around, but all the top tier stuff is all going to be profilers. I mean, why didn't Tonex come out with a modeler? They didn't. They came out with a profiler. Headrush just released a new product, the Prime, and that profiles as well. So everything's going towards that now. So I would advise you to not spend your money on the XFX3 because their next product is going to be a profiler too. And if it's not, they're stupid. They're stupid if they don't come out with a profiler. If they release another modeler, it's just the dumbest thing in the world they could do. Because everything's going towards profiling now. So I would advise you, again, I say this with all humility, and I would just say if you're on a budget, get a Tonex. But if it sounds like you're not because you're willing to spend the money that is associated with the XFX3, get a quad Cortex or something like that, and you're going to be happy you did. You really are. So I would go that route.
Let's see. Rec99 says, "Are you keeping the Badlander?" ?
I'm probably going to end up selling it. Yeah, I think I am. It'll be on my shelf for a little bit here, but It's a great amp, but I just, you know, when you have this many amps, you want to rotate things out sometimes, and then when you have to do that, you got to make some tough decisions, and you got to look at your collection and go, well, which one? Okay, so my arm's being twisted right now. Which one do I part with? You know, and the Badlander's one of them. And I still think it's a great amplifier. I really do, especially when I slammed it with the Grid Slammer. I was like, ooh, that sounds amazing. But there's other amps I want to put on the shelves here. Some of the ones that I mentioned. I want to get some oddballs, like maybe a Frog or a Wizard, or, you know, some stuff that you don't see every day. That's what I want to do, because I'm trying to do the Star Trek thing. I want to explore and go where no man's gone before and try some stuff. So that one's gonna go. The Hughes and Kettner's definitely gonna go, and so is the Marshall, and the Mesa Mark 525. I'm probably gonna end up parting ways with that too. I think it's a great amp, but I think I have the best, you know, lunchbox amp here with the MT15. I don't think there's one out there that can top it. So.
Nope. Jim Coleman, what do you think of Miles Kennedy's new PRS?
You know, I don't follow him. Not because I don't like him. I just, you know, I think he's awesome, but I wouldn't even begin to know what the features were or anything. I've never even
Klaus
seen
has joined us. He says, hey. Good evening. He just tuned in. He was busy playing his new axe.
What's up, man? Glad you love it. Glad you have a new axe, man. Congrats.
Dubis, you ever try Ola's chug pedal into FX loop? Thoughts?
No.
Been debating between the chug pedal and the Diesel Herbert preamp pedal.
I did do the Diesel. No, what did I do? Was it the Diesel Herbert? Maybe it was a Diesel Herbert preamp pedal, and I thought it was okay. You know, I haven't tried Ola's pedal though. One of his guitars are on my list. I want to try one of his guitars though in the future. So if I get some extra money laying around, I want to try one. Yeah.
All right, we're going to be out at 8:30. It's just a couple minutes. If you have any last questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the chat.
I'll play the Sphinx in the meantime. So let me do that. I'm wired up for that. Here we go. Okay, we back. I always love playing that song. That's a lot of fun.
Steve says it's impossible to play that riff without making an angry face.
You need to get your stank face on. For sure.
Let's see. Dave Hendricks says, okay, then I'll throw this out. Can you do a Wizard MTL?
Oh, I'd love to do a Wizard MTL. Absolutely. Yep. If I ever get my hands on one, I would. They're coming out with a new amp, too. I forget the name of it, but that one's tempting as well. So, it just depends. I mean, whatever I can get my hands on, I will definitely do them.
Jim Simmons, Nux just came out with the Trident floor modeler, but it does not have any profiling. I think this was a mistake for, is it Nux?
Yeah, Nux, yeah.
Not to come out with modeler combining with profiling.
Yeah, well, they probably can't afford to do it because it's a, it's a cheaper unit. That's what I'm saying. Like, modeling is going to go the way of all of the affordable budget units, and then all the higher end stuff is going to do profiling. It's just the way of the future. I guarantee you, if I'm wrong, I'll eat my hat, but I'm telling you, like, if Line 6 comes out with a Helix 2 or whatever their next product is and they're not profiling, it's a huge, huge mistake. And same thing with the XFX. It's funny, all the XFX fanboys, they got mad at me when I did that video on Modeling is Dead, but it's like, yeah, you're the same guys that are going to buy the XFX profiler when it comes out, so you're welcome. It's going to happen.
Steve says, harmonic minor for the win.
I love that key. I really do. Yep. The Egyptian, I always call it the Egyptian key. It's got that nice Middle Eastern kind of sound to it. I love it. Yep. Anyways, well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Very much appreciate it. We know that there's all kinds of other things you could be doing, but you chose to be here, and I think you're crazy. But
no, he doesn't.
No, we very much appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you so much. And I have some special news that I'm going to be sharing with you guys very soon. I just got to work out the details. But
good stuff.
Yeah, some really exciting stuff. So coming soon, and this preset pack, what you heard tonight is available on the website. It's the top link that I posted in the description. And I know you're going to love them. These sound amazing. And I know I'm biased. I made them, blah, blah, blah. But they do sound really good. And what else? I got some videos coming up this week. Hopefully you guys will enjoy those. And happy 4th to everybody.
4th of July, everybody.
Yeah, don't blow your hands off either.
Right. Or your eyebrows.
Or, yeah, any of that stuff. Just be safe and be careful. Yeah, and have a great holiday with your friends and family, guys. And like I always say, every day's a gift.
Thank you for spending part of your gift with us today. We'll see you next week.
You got it, guys. Love you all.